Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host Red. I got a video today from Wonny.
From Chinese beauty filters to the world of shadow clone makeup, how about we start modifying
Shadow clone makeup? There's jujitsu's going on now?
our heads as well? Yes, I'm serious. We're getting set back 1,000 years at this point. Now, Chinese beauty culture has always had a thing.
Chinese beauty culture is so crazy. I mean, it is beyond even American or Western beauty culture. They have a very set standard, and women literally filter, makeup, surgery to look exactly like that. I think it's worse than how the West is, how most Western women are starting to look very similar. No, I think a lot of Chinese women have already done this for a decent amount of time.
Thing for baby faces. And this isn't new. You open Douyin or Xiaohongshu and it looks like everybody downloaded the same character preset. Big eyes, small face, completely no pores, and a nose that looks so small that it's like it's trying to hide from you. Men and women alike are all chasing that. Technically,
Well, yeah, the Korean men are looking for that Korean look because I think a lot of women, Western women, like that Korean pop star look.
24, but you know, I look like I just got picked up from a kindergarten class. Aesthetic.
Yeah, I mean, not the greatest, yeah, but it attracts men.
Now, digital filters don't harm your physical body, right? It just messes up your entire view on beauty standards.
Sure.
But what if we crank that to the maximum threshold and start putting plastic in our heads to look?
That's what they're doing? I saw this video and it was like plastic heads, and I was like, wait, what? So they're lengthening their heads with like a crown plastic dome? Why?
You know, a bit more alien. Welcome to the Chinese influencer obsession with the so-called high skull beauty. If you've been doom scrolling on Douyin, you're gonna see many influencers bragging about their head wrapping face proportions like it's a Pokemon evolution. The concept is simple.
I guess it's to lower your forehead or your five head, since if you're gonna extend your head a little bit more, your five head might not look like a five head anymore if you have a little bit more on top. Is that the look that they have an issue with?
If the distance between your hairline and the top of your skull is longer than the distance between your eyebrows and your hairline, congratulations. You've unlocked the ultimate proportional face. Just
Nope, don't got it. I don't got it.
looking at it, it's a piece of art. Your head will be considered high, and once your head is high, your face will just magically look smaller. Ah yes, faces just exist only to be compared to other body parts. Disregard anything else. Of course, it's all about the angles, and this entire thing is basically an illusion just to trick you to think that you're chopped. They'll tell you it's a way to look younger, and it's completely normal, and
I mean, that's what plastic surgery industry does, is make everybody think that they're chopped so they can look the same and come to get plastic surgery and, you know, look beautiful.
definitely safe. I mean, stretching your head like Play-Doh, of course it's safe. Now, it did start at the safer end, mainly with hair tutorials promising.
Okay, the hair thing is alright. Okay, if you just puff your head up a little bit, make it look like it. Nothing major, just a little bit of a optical illusion. Okay.
Extra volume at the crown. Many influencers promoted headbands and foam pads, pretty much to just push your hair a bit more forward and higher. But let's be real for a second. The problem was never about having a flat skull or a big forehead. It all started because
I thought it was because of big forehead. I was like, oh, your forehead's too big. You know, fucking lower your forehead by lengthening your head. That was my first thought process on why they did this.
people were saying, if your head isn't high enough, then your face is big. And if your face is big, then you look old. And if you look old, you failed. Especially for influencers whose entire income depend on their appearance. Put the fries in the bag.
Well, this is the problem. Like, so many people are just focused on this. They only make money purely on this. And it's like, God, you gotta use your brain. You gotta use your assets. You know what I mean. The things you're good at.
Look, bro. And that's where the solutions came in. And by solutions, I mean injecting filler into your scalp so that your head becomes inflated like a balloon. The most
Why? Why? Injecting your...
most common method being pushed by influencers is injecting hyaluronic acid directly into your head. And hyaluronic acid isn't like some evil substance, okay? Like, we use it, I personally use it in skincare, and everybody else does too.
Yeah.
It essentially hydrates your skin. And here's the thing that they don't tell you. This is temporary. And also, your scalp is massive, so you need way more filler than you think to really make a big difference. And way more is an understatement. Now, there's this viral case about a beauty influencer who really wanted a high
Yeah, how much way more are we talking about? Like a couple liters?
skull, and they ended up, sit with me here, having around 50 syringes of high
Fit 50 of something this size. Oh my jeez.
hyaluronic acid injected into their scalp. At first, everything seemed fine, and that's how most of these stories start, by the way.
Sure.
A couple of months later, she posted a video where she removed her headband and revealed a massive bald patch. She was crying on camera, explaining how that she'd gone for a crown lift filler 2 months earlier after she started.
I mean, it makes sense. You just screwed up like the surface of your skin up there. It's now like a lot more detached from your skull. I'm sure there's a lot of things going on with messing with your head like that.
Started watching face to head proportion videos. And a month later, her hair started falling out in clumps.
我吐了。2个多月之前吧，我刷到一个大白，他在讲头脸比例、容貌的焦虑的趋势吧，我种草了，专门赶去上海用了高颅定，就是在头顶的这块位置。刚开始的时候没有太大感觉，只是觉得有一点红肿。
It makes total sense to me. Like you would probably lose some hair, or some people would lose hair doing something like this.
然后痒，会起白屑。运动的时候都会觉得有种神经被拉着的感觉，容易头疼。我以为这是正常的恢复的过程，然后1个月之后我就开始掉头发了，慢慢的出现斑秃，并且一发不可收拾，到现在越来越严重。未来3到6个月我可能都长这样。再加上我的职业
Getting pretty bad.
说生理上的折磨是一部分，但心理上的痛苦才是最煎熬的。
And the doctors believed that her hair follicles entered dormancy because the filler caused tension and restricted blood flow. In other words, your hair was basically fighting for its life. She eventually got the fillers dissolved, and then the doctor said that because there wasn't any permanent scarring yet, her hair might regrow back. Might. Okay, but what if we remove the temporary part? Because apparently injecting like 50 syringes into your scalp is clearly not extreme enough. And
There's more? There's more. Of course there's more. It's just not enough.
this is where our beloved material, cement, enters the chat.
No. Brother, no. No. Cement?
Well, bone cement, okay? Not like concrete. Now, bone cement is a real medical material used in actual reconstructive surgeries. You know, the kind performed by licensed surgeons for medical reasons. Not so your face can look 3% smaller on Douyin. But here, bone cement is being marketed as the ultimate high skull solution. Absolutely no maintenance, and it's a permanent fix. Now, I was gonna...
But doesn't it stretch your skull similar to the other thing where you might not be able to grow hair?
explain exactly how this procedure works, but it is just so gruesome, so I'm just gonna put it in simple terms. They essentially open a small part in your scalp, inject the bone cement, and mold it like Play-Doh so that it fits properly. And then it starts to...
Him using the Jujutsu Kaisen character to just remove his head was exactly what I thought too.
quickly harden and solidify, which then becomes permanent. Congratulations, you have a helmet in your head now. And around mid-2025, a 29-year-old woman from Jiangsu paid around 180,000 yuan at a beauty salon to achieve this perfect high skull look. Not a
Perfect what? I mean, you guys like the look? Comment down below. Does it look good? Does the high head look good?
hospital, a beauty salon. I mean, that's already insane. She said that
Right.
she always hated how her forehead looked for a very, very long time, and eventually she found out what bone
She looks cute. What's wrong with this?
cement filling was, and she knew that was the answer. Because obviously when you don't like your forehead, the solution is to drill into your skull. So she goes through the exact same step-by-step procedure I explained earlier, but according to some reports, this beauty salon apparently used staple-like clips to, you know, close the gaps.
Again, even the whole blue beauty salon cutting into your head like that thing. What? At least get freaking doctors or surgeons to do it for you.
Instead of like actual medical material.
骨水泥全过程第二弹，这就是放在脑子里的水泥。先来一个造型设计，半个小时做完了，现在出门去吃饭。赛小寒都啥都不。
Yeah, she see like you can even see like how her eyes look a little bit more like this too. I think maybe because it stretches all of your skin upwards too.
The entire procedure took about 20 to 30 minutes. That's a very fast procedure, first of all. She left with a bunch of bandages wrapped around her head.
I thought it would take at least a couple hours to do all the scolding and peeling your head back, and 20 minutes? What?
Head smiling. I'd expect her to be like, you know, maybe a bit nervous or like, this is kind of scary, you know, they're like literally opening your head. But no, she said that she'd wish she'd done it sooner. And people were shocked. Netizens quickly pointed out how having bone cement filling into your like head is, you know, asking for permanent brain damage. Not only that, but the short-term
That picture he put of just the brain and the booty. That's how I feel a lot of women with BBLs are. Like, their brains are definitely stored there.
effects can easily disrupt blood supply directly to your scalp,
Yes.
as well as baldness, of course. And people question how a beauty salon was even able to do
I'm also questioning.
such a procedure that is basically head surgery. And of course, a lot of people ask the most obvious question. What happens in about 20 years? Does it get removed? What if beauty standards change? Am I just stuck with 2026 high skull aesthetics forever? And trends change fast, and I mean extremely fast. Today could be high skulls, tomorrow it's something else. Now, do you guys remember this girl?
Personally, no, but go on.
今年多大了？
The freak?
Yeah, have you ever
Is
noticed
she a real person?
something odd about their ears? So there's this huge elf ear trend where influencers are pretty
Oh,
much showing off
jeez.
their ears that are protruding outwards unnaturally to make their faces look smaller. It's pretty much the
It's like, it's funny because I'm sure a lot of people with big ears now over here are probably like, wait, it's sought after? I've been made fun of this whole time for my big ears. I guess in China, it's a thing, guys. If you have big ears, maybe head over to China. You could probably pick up some Chinese women pretty easily.
same idea, just a different body part. One influencer that went viral for this procedure was Chen Xianen. She posted about her elf ears on Weibo, sharing the before and after photos, pretty much saying that the injections behind her ear made her face look smaller. We can see from the before photos, her ears were barely visible from the front when her hair was tied up. After
Okay.
the injections, her right ear pretty much just jutted outwards, like it was trying to run away from her face. Now, what's especially ironic is that protruding ears used to be something that people got bullied for.
Yep, I said this. I know this for a fact because I grew up here in the United States, and yeah, there was plenty of us that had big ears growing up in elementary school and high school that had made fun of. They got made fun of a lot. Now it's a sought after thing. Yeah, those people are probably like,
And now it's rebranded as an aesthetic. You just slap on this cute little fantasy name to it and now everybody wants it. Some netizens with natural protruding ears even joked, so my ears that I've had for over 20 years are finally fashionable? And because there's always somebody who takes it too far, our male celebrity here, Xiao Chaye, literally implanted rib cartilages into their ears to achieve the look. So essentially at this point we're just swapping body parts like Lego pieces.
能贴出10万
it does seem like that, doesn't it? Like, oh, I want that ear. Oh, you know what? I need bigger eyes. You know? I need a smaller chin.
的效果，但你做不出来。我身边很多人做了精灵耳的假某体，哇，回缩了，尽量是10万的耳朵，横着贴，100的耳朵上100的耳朵背后出来了。
And all these wild beauty procedures were marketed so hard by salons to the point where pretty much the trend outweighed all the risks. And that is exactly how aesthetic poids works. You're shown the reward
See? China's at a worse degree than us. Aesthetics over anything else. This is what it seems like it is. We're getting there in the United States and in the West. We're getting there. Like, women only care about aesthetics nowadays, which is looks and height, right? Money comes into play, but looks and height is huge nowadays.
rewards and not the consequences. Which is how we end up with people drilling into their heads because Douyin said that their faces would look smaller.
You know, in a sense, couldn't men do this and be just a little bit taller? Like a couple inches taller by just lengthening their head? I'm just saying.
On the bright side, not so bright,
But then you'll be
fillers
bald.
can be dissolved and your hair might grow back. But bone cement, that's not something you just grow out of. It's literally growing inside of you. You're permanently locking your body into an online trend that may just exist for like maybe half a year. And this brings us to our final boss, Lisa Yo. This girl got famous for
What the hell? The proportions are so off. Like, this to this is so long. It looks ridiculous. It looks almost like a camel look. Like, you know, from here to here. Camel. being a little mean, maybe.
Transforming her appearance so hard that not even her friends and family recognized her. She openly obsessed over Korean and Chinese celebrities, and well, clearly, as you can tell, she just went all in. Multiple major surgeries, pretty much all aimed to look like this idol aesthetic. And transformation is an understatement. Her new face didn't carry any resemblance to her original features.
She doesn't even look like a real person. What is this? She looked better like this than what the hell is this? Like, the before, okay, some surgery, I can tell that she had some work done, but still looks normal somewhat. This looks like a creature from like Narnia or something.
So if you lined up old and new photos together, you would literally think that these are two completely different people that have never met. Netizens quickly pointed out her extremely high and overfilled forehead, as well as a noticeable raised back of the head. It's pretty obvious that her eyes, nose, and mouth all had been worked on, and every exposed part of her skin had pretty much been altered.
I tried Korea's latest beauty obsession ear fillers, and the results are shocking. If you've seen my TikTok about the ear tapes, you already know the look everyone is going for these days in Korea. After trying out the tapes and loving the result, I decided to get fillers to make my ears bigger.
It is sad thing that us humans look at ourselves and just see something wrong with ourselves. I'm not saying that, oh yeah, we're ugly or whatever. No, we see something so wrong that we go through ridiculous amount of money, time, pain to change it all into something we think looks better. But does it truly look better?
Then I headed into the treatment room and met Dr. Zhang. First, I got a small anesthetic shot to reduce any pain. Just look at the difference after doing one side. Oh my god, the trend originated from China where people get
Yeah, me and him
a
were...
lot. And now a lot of Koreans getting it too. Honestly, it was totally
I'm with you,
manageable,
Ronnie.
just a little discomfort. My before and after. I'm obsessed.
Now, stories came out that she was actually a mixed race of Russian and Mongolian, and that she was bullied in school for having these Asian features. After moving to South Korea, she decided to completely transform her identity, and even deleting all the old photos and videos of herself to completely just try to wipe her traces off of the internet of her previous looks. Now, what makes this especially dangerous is that it's mainly targeted for an audience of regular people, just like me and you. Not everybody is a celebrity with loads of money or many options they can pick from. So then they start comparing the prices, filters, or surgery, temporary or permanent, you know, except all of this is pretty much an illusion. Because your face didn't shrink, your skull just got higher. So without any angles or any other beauty filters, in real life, it just looks unnatural.
I agree. It looked slightly unnatural to me, but I guess how he's saying it, yeah, it's all through online persona. That's how this gives you the best look and through your online persona. But in real life, you look a little weird.
You're essentially just trying to morph yourself back to the primal age, as well as putting a baby filter on your face. So what happens when a lower skull becomes cute again? Or maybe even round faces come back into fashion? Like, are people just supposed to sand down their skulls back to normal now? So yeah, if you ever look in the mirror and think that you're not enough, just remember, there are people out there spending hundreds of thousands of yuan to reconstruct their head shape because an influencer told them to. And honestly, if your biggest problem is that your forehead is too big, you're doing just fine. Stay human, stay recognizable, and for the love of God, please don't set us back another 100 years.
Shout outs to Wani for covering all these wonderful topics, especially in China for us. Like, it's just good to see how other countries operate, especially China, because they're the other super world power that we kind of don't get to see that often. We see propaganda about them, and they probably see propaganda about us, but we probably truly don't see what really happens between the countries because, again, we're against each other in a sense. We're not, you know, friends. So please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that, and catch you guys next time. Ciao.